We got the Rangers against the Astros. So we're going to go through and we are each going to pick which team we believe has the better offense, the better defense, the better manager, the better starting pitcher, and better relief pitching.
We did this last week for Braves Padres, and it couldn't have turned out like a better series.
I know.
Man, what a series that was. So this is going to be Rangers versus Astros.
Yes.
Which has become, like, this year a little more exciting, right? You have the Astros, the reigning champs, not playing super well yet against the Rangers, who have started off
Strong.
great, been pretty good, and they're the new up-and-comer of the division with guys like Jacob deGrom and an offense with Marcus Semien and some other guys. So this is an exciting series happening this weekend, and I think it's the perfect tale of the tape.
It is. Texas and Angels are currently tied for first in the AL West with the Astros a game and a half behind. So, yeah.
Just what we all expected.
Right?
Not the Astros and the Mariners, but the Angels and the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's get started with offense. Who are you picking?
So, this was interesting.
Okay.
My answer here, my better offense is the Houston Astros.
Okay.
And I will admit that to start the year, the Rangers have been a great offense.
Mm-hmm.
So for a couple of reasons, I'm picking the Astros offense. The first reason, and the most important reason, being Yordan Alvarez. There is no better hitter in either of these lineups than Yordan Alvarez. He's the best hitter on the team. He's the best hitter that is in this matchup, and he's a top 3 hitter in the game of baseball. Just hitting wise, top 3 hitter in the game of baseball. Then you look at the depth in the Astros lineup, and what I liked to see what I saw against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They started to heat up. Kyle Tucker hitting homers, Alex Bregman with homers in back-to-back nights. So had this offense been hot yet? No. And I really believe they're missing Jose Altuve in that offense. But with Bregman heating up, with Kyle Tucker up there at the top of the league in OPS and batting average, and Yordan Alvarez being Yordan Alvarez, there's no comparison. Especially because, and this is going to be a point that I feel like with your comment there, I know who you chose. My decision came to a head, if you will, when Corey Seager got hurt, and he is now out for a good chunk of time with his hamstring injury, grade 2 hamstring injury. So he's not in the lineup. So my pick is the Houston Astros, and I'm very excited to hear why Alex clearly picked the Texas Rangers as the better lineup.
Well, let's be honest here. Both these teams have lost core guys, right? The Astros with Jose Altuve, and then as you just mentioned, the Rangers with Seager. That was heartbreaking just watching him round the bases and grab the back of his leg mid-run. You never want to see that happen. Now, if you compare both these teams' numbers, they're fairly close. Okay. Offensively.
Right now, like as of right now,
they're fairly close. So if you're going off numbers, you really could have picked either side. But the reason I'm going with the Rangers right now is they are gelling. They are averaging 6 runs per game. That's second in Major League Baseball. They are a game and a half ahead of Houston. And then you have guys like Nathaniel Lowe blasting a 430 feet home run yesterday. Jonah Heim had that walk-off 3-run homer on Tuesday. They just have the momentum. They have the fire right now. And I think they're going to go into this series and really take advantage of the Astros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
Let me get this straight.
Okay.
What you're saying is if you were to take a lineup over the course of a season, you take the Astros. But right now, you're taking the Rangers.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I might
because right now they are playing each other.
I might
right. You're not going to pick like they should be the better lineup, so I'm going to take them. It's like no, right now in this moment, they're gelling better.
I can't with Corey Seager not in the lineup.
We'll see.
I couldn't. I can't. I couldn't. I won't.
All right.
All right. What's up next? What's our next?
We're moving on to defense. Who you got?
I have the Astros defensively.
Okay.
The Astros have the 3rd best fielding percentage in Major League Baseball to start the season. Bregman is so good over there at third. Jeremy Pena is very good at shortstop. Chas McCormick out in center field, making diving plays every which direction you look. Jose Abreu over at first base is good. And for me, defensively, a guy that does not get the credit he deserves is Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Arguably, heart
and soul of the pitching staff.
Heart and soul of the pitching staff.
Yeah.
Can throw out guys better than most anybody in the league. I love the Astros defense. I took them for best defense.
Yeah. For all the reasons you just mentioned, were all the reasons I had. I also picked Astros defense. I mean, you can't argue with that. Third best fielding percentage in Major League Baseball. Only 3 errors committed, which is third best in Major League Baseball. And all the players you just went through. I agree. They're the defending champs.
Great.
They're strong.
Great.
Great.
Next up is manager.
Managers.
I have a thought. I would like you every time I pick something to give some sort of reaction so I know what you think. You did it the first time. You're like,
unintentional. I have to remember. I'm like, Curry, he can see what you're doing.
So maybe just
Don't
under
make
your breath,
those
if you
faces.
could give like a or no. Okay.
Don't do it.
For manager,
Okay.
This was tough. This is tough for me to do. I went with, yep.
Really?
Okay, I know who you picked. Yes.
Wow.
You're great. Just
no.
I went with Bruce Bochy with the Rangers. And, okay, I love Dusty Baker. I do. I am.
The world loves Dusty Baker.
Yes. But does he he does some things managerial-wise that just leave you scratching your head a little bit.
What'd he do to you? What did he do to make you frustrated?
Nothing. At the winter meetings this year when I went down to San Diego, we saw each other. We gave each other the biggest hug in the world. I love Dusty Baker. But this isn't a discredit to him. It's more of a nod to Bruce Bochy, who's a 3-time World Series champion winner as a manager, 4-time pennant winner, manager of the year. Bruce Bochy is a legend. They both are. But until this past year, Dusty Baker hadn't been able to get over that hump of winning a World Series as a manager. And you look back on some of those playoff runs, and there are some moves that just leave you scratching your head. Dusty Baker is a player manager, and the players love him. But is he like an X's and O's pushing the right buttons kind of guy better than Bruce Bochy? I would say no. And the World Series speak to that. Bruce Bochy has 3 of them, and Dusty Baker just won his first with plenty of opportunities. So Bruce Bochy's my answer here in the Rangers.
How can you not pick Dusty Baker here, Ben? Do it for Dusty. He has a higher winning percentage. He was 3-time manager of the year. Bruce only won it once. He's a World Series winner, 3-time pennant winner. And as you even said, the players love Dusty. He is a player's coach. He creates such an incredible energy and vibe out there, not just for the players. I think everybody in baseball would agree that there is just this deep love and appreciation for Dusty.
I agree with that.
I mean, he is currently the defending World Series champ. I'm Dusty all the way, baby.
You know what? I don't like, Alex?
What?
I feel like we're not going to get into politics, but in politics, there's such thing as a smear campaign. And I went positive with both of them. And the first thing you say is, Dusty's won 3 manager of the year. Bruce Bochy won. Very negative. I didn't like that at all.
No, reasoning.
Well,
I got to give you reasoning.
Reasoning.
That's
sure.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
Higher winning percentage. It's cool.
Well, better teams.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I pick him.
I love Dusty. I love Dusty. And who would I want to more go get a beer with on a Thursday morning at 10:48?
I'm pretty sure he probably partied the hardest
Dusty.
out of every single human involved with the Houston Astros organization after they won that World Series. 100% it was Dusty.
Oh, I can confirm.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Another
reason to love the man.
I do love him. All right. Moving
on to starting pitching. Who you got?
I got the Houston Astros. And it's more about depth. If you ask one game to win it all, who do you want out there? Jacob deGrom. You can't not pick Jacob deGrom. But depth of the rotation and one of the most underrated pitchers in the game of baseball, Framber Valdez, great ace of a staff, good start to the year, a minuscule ERA in the ones, but it's after him. I won't sit here and compare Jacob deGrom and Framber Valdez because you can't. When they're both healthy and they're both on their A game, there's no comparison because Jacob deGrom is the most dominant, nasty pitcher in the game of baseball when healthy. Though I will add, I don't know if Shohei's getting close to that. Alas. The rotation depth. Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy. There's a lot more names in the rotation that I feel comfortable about taking the mound. Hunter Brown out there in his last outing against a very, very good Minnesota Twins offense. 7 innings, 0 earned runs, only 2 hits given up. And I mentioned before the year, my breakout player for the Houston Astros this year was Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown's idol is my brother. And if you watch him pitch, he looks like Justin out on the mound. He's basically mimicked his mechanics, and you can see it in the way he pitches. He's become great depth in that rotation. So give me Framber Valdez, Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, Hunter Brown as more rotation depth than we can't talk about McCullers because he's not out and won't participate in this series. But give me the rotation depth of the Astros over the Rangers.
We differ here.
Did we had all the same last week.
We did.
And we're mostly different here.
Yeah, and I don't look if your picks are in. I will not look because I don't want to know your picks when they're in the format. I picked the Rangers starting pitching staff. You have one of the greatest pitchers in the game when he's healthy and he's grooving, Jacob deGrom, and he looked great in his last 2 starts. Then you have Andrew Heaney, the back of their rotation, breaking Nolan Ryan's record in Texas, most consecutive strikeouts in a single game with 9 consecutive strikeouts. Evaldi was lights out in Chicago. Perez had some crazy defense on the mound. I am taking the Rangers starting pitching staff in this series.
All right. Deal. If Andrew Heaney is one of your reasons why the Rangers rotation is better than the Astros, I feel good about taking the Astros.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
We will see.
It is on.
We're going to make a wager this series. On. You know what? Pinky for a pinky. That's what we're doing.
No, we are not
with this
doing
series.
it.
All right,
no,
bullpen. This one's the Astros. Best bullpen in the league last year. Majority of the same guys this year. Have they got off to the hottest start? No, not exactly. But we saw Ryan Presley, who's their closer. He was dominant in the World Baseball Classic. He was dominant last year. He will be a dominant closer this year. And then the rest of the names in that bullpen. They are the most dominant bullpen in baseball.
Yeah, no, I disagree. I am taking the Rangers relief pitching. And this is based off numbers. They have the 3rd best ERA in Major League Baseball, 2.23, compared to the Astros, 4.34 ERA. They have a couple of saves, only 1 blown save, as the Astros have 3 blown saves, the 2nd most in Major League Baseball. So, yeah, my relief is the Rangers. Enough said. We got to make a wager here because this is like...
What, pinky for a pinky?
No, we're not doing pinky for a pinky. Yeah, so you're heavily on the Astros. I guess I was 3 of 5 for Texas.
So let's start. We do tail the tape for a big series every weekend. It's been, I think we do it on every Thursday show. We should start keeping track of every. So I'll take I'll take the Astros in this series. Yeah. You'll take the Rangers, and we'll keep track over the course of the year.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.